Greetings, survivors, and welcome back to the Cataclysm with myself, and of course, with Isdar. Now, in this episode, I have some plans. Primarily, I would like to work on expanding out our base. But before we do, there are a few things that I want to address with the Derp bot, or rather, as I am about to rename it, the Electric Derp. There we go. I named one of my episodes that, and it just seemed so bloody fitting. Oh, apparently we can label parts? Really? What can I do? Oh, I can put labels on things. That's kind of awesome. Now, I have been told a few things, and I want to address those whilst I can. One person asked if I have a seatbelt. I do. I've had one since the very beginning. Another person has expressed concern that I've got my solar panels on a part of the car that's right at the front, and these things are fairly easy to break. I'm not going to change that. However, one thing that I assumed was incorrectly, and was the reason why I put them over the wheel arches, is that I assumed you couldn't have them here, and apparently that is not the case. Solar panels kind of occupy a roof slot, if you like, and so you can have the solar panels over most other things. You can't have two two compartments on the same tile, but you can have solar panels on most tiles. I am not going to be putting, I'm not going to be moving these solar panels down, and here's why. When I started making the Electric Derp, slowly over the course of the episode or two that I put it together, I created an image in my mind of what it looks like. And I do this with a lot of games when I'm making things. I'll be, like even Dwarf Fortress, I'll be imagining what it would be like to paint or draw that thing. And slowly a scene will form in my head. And for the Electric Derp, it's actually quite a detailed scene. And if I move those solar panels, it's going to ruin what I've got in my mind. And I'm not going to do that. I'm afraid that's just the way it's going to be. But there are a few changes that I will take from the comments. But understand that I now know that it is possible to have solar panels. And I might even add more solar panels over these compartments. And it would kind of still go with the aesthetic. And maybe in the coming weeks, I will draw the Electric Derp as I see it in my mind. Maybe with Isdar stood beside it, all kind of Mad Max-esque. But we'll have to see about that when it all comes down to how much time I have. But oh my lord, the Electric Derp is full of lots of things. We need to change that. We need to change that quite badly. Now, I have been given advice that we could perhaps make some cargo carriers. Now, the thing with the cargo carriers is they're kind of like the flatbeds on large articulated lorries. They can carry huge volumes of gear, whereas the trunks are more like, well, trunks in a car. I kind of view it in my mind as kind of like a compartment with a sloped metallic door that you open up and it's got a space inside. And if I were to draw the Electric Derp, you'd see exactly what I think. But I think we can go with the cargo containers. So first thing I need to do is find out cargo carriers, not containers. A heavy frame outfitted with tie-downs and attachment points for carrying cargo. Ooh, it's going to take 4 long ropes. That's actually remarkably expensive. How do we make long ropes? Let's go for long. Long rope, here we go. We need 5 short ropes, 30 long strings, or 180 small strings. Okay, can we have a look at short ropes? We can make short rope out of... Oh, okay, we can make short rope out of rags. That's actually really good. That's really, really good because we can go and just salvage curtains for that. That would help a lot. So, okay, we can make that. I don't think we're going to have enough to make multiple long ropes, but let's see. You know what? Just climb over the railing. Right, so long rope we want... Oops, that's not what I want to do. Long rope. We've got one. Let's go ahead and make that. I can't see to craft. Well, scallywags. Let's grab a 2x4, drop the 2x4 down by here rather than waste our precious batteries. Use our lighter. There we go. Right. Now, we should be able to do it again. So, long, and then go down to rope. Let's go ahead and make that. That's one of them. Can we make another? No. Okay. Right, we want to start making short ropes. However, perhaps we've got enough to make a short rope. Let's see that. Can we make it out of 30 rags? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and make one of those. Is it taking time? Oh, it's taking a lot of time, to be fair. My lord. Okay, use the rags nearby. There we go. Is there... Yeah, we need you to have a little bit of tea, I think. In fact, we need you to have a little bit of food. Alright, let's quickly see. What can we make for drinks? We can make some Irish coffee. You know what? Irish coffee probably is going to be delicious. But no, we're not going to. Must resist. Damn it. Orange soda, dark cola. No, I mean, we've got tea, but how much can we make of it? We've got 2. I would like... Do we have any... just bottles? Any bottles? Any glass bottles? There we go. I'll take a glass bottle. I'm drinking a glass bottle out of tea, but shh, it's okay. It'll be forgiven, given the situation, I'm sure. Right, so we want to make 2 tea. We'll use the clean water nearby. It's fine. Ah, a fire went out. Okay, fine. The hot plate nearby. And put it into the glass bottle there. Okay, let's drink some of that. So, there we go. Let's pull our thirst down just slightly. Let's grab another 2x4. I really do like that now. It seems that when the fire goes out, if it goes out before you're finished cooking, then that's it. You have to select a different heat source. Now, for food. Have we got any meat foods? No. We can have a peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter and ham, I guess. Some damn fool put honey on this. Oh, peanut butter and honey. Who in their right mind? Oh, wait, this is pretty good. This food is perishable. Okay. Bread. We could have pancakes. Fluffy and delicious pancakes with real maple syrup. This food is perishable and will eventually rot. Nutrition only 22, but I imagine enjoyability will be high. 3. No, I was looking at the hard attack then. Enjoyability -1. What kind of monster is Isdar? He doesn't like pancakes, my lord. Scrambled eggs. Nutrition 38, that one. Yeah, okay. We'll have portions of 2, so we'll just make 1 scrambled egg. We'll use clean water nearby. There we go. And eat your scrambled eggs, please. It's good. It's good. Don't worry, we're going to soon have refrigeration, and then we're not going to have to worry too much about our food not lasting. Okay, there we go. So, next thing I wanted to check was if I could make more short rope. Yes, we can. Okay, well, can we... Oh, we can make them like this. But we are going to run out fairly quickly. It's not great. Not great at all. I'm thinking we're going to need to have Isdar. Wow, it's taking a hell of a long time to make those short ropes. We've got 3 short ropes, 1 long rope, and a lump of steel. My lord. Is there a partridge in a pear tree anyway? Let's go ahead and sort out the containers here. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to do with this one. First, I want to move all of the stuff... Excuse me, my throat was tickling then. All of the stuff from the seat somewhere else. I had a coughing fit. My throat wasn't just tickling, it was warning me of something. I just wasn't listening. But there we go. Okay, so I've moved all of the stuff from the seat out to the right. Now, the reason why I've done that is the seat, I've been told, if you've got things on the seat and you're driving, there's an increased risk that you'll just be ejected from the seat if you crash. Now, we're not going to be planning to crash, obviously, but I don't think it hurts to be safe, basically. So, next, we're going to move all of the scrap that we collected out of the electric derp. No, that's fine. How'd it go? There we go. Right, okay, so the electric derp now is a little bit better. Let's move that just a little bit further, though, because otherwise you're at risk of accidentally driving over it. I'm not sure you'll do any damage, but I can only assume that it's just going to be better for us if we don't have to worry about that. And the same over here. There we are. Right, okay, so Isdar now, what I'm thinking is, although, as I've said, I've got this very specific idea in my mind of what this car should look like. Well, I keep saying car. I don't mean it as a car. It's a quad. It's meant not to have a roof. It is, however, meant to have a windshield. So we're going to add one of those. And we want it about here. Windshield. Can I put that there? Is there any way for me to do it? There we go. Windshield. Fantastic. Let's add that in there right now. Fantastic. Okay, there we go. So now, the electric derp does have a windshield. So, you know, Isdar can be on the back of this. It's a responsive little vehicle. It's got quite a high speed. You know, he's going to be riding it without a helmet because he's a fool. Like, seriously, a fool. You shouldn't ride things like this without helmets. I mean, come on now. But Isdar's going to do it because, well, you know, he's a psychopathic cannibal. You can't expect him to do sensible stuff. Right, we're going to go in here and we're going to steal all of these curtains, if we can. Can we close the curtain? Yes, we can. Can I take the curtains? Yes. Fantastic. I would like to do that on all windows that have curtains. So that's one. Why are all of your windows so far away? Thank you very much, by the way, to everyone who's given me all of the advice with this. Oh, we've actually got long strings straight off that. That's fantastic. I will may as well do a little bit of... oops. Do a little bit of crafting while we're here. I've got faction, apparently. And the same here as well. Okay, right. Well, the first thing we're going to do then... See, we've got nails. We'll pick up the nails. We won't pick up the heavy sticks, though. We'll also pick up the long strings, because they're fairly low volume. In fact, we might actually have so many that we can just get away with this. But I'm probably going to cut the sheets up. That's my plan at the very least. And that way we can then make more long strings out of all of the rags that we'll get from them. Now, how many long strings have I got? I've got 6 long strings just from that. That's actually pretty amazing. Oh, long strings, not long ropes. Ah, of course, of course. There I was thinking we were in a better position than we actually were. Right, okay, well, we want to disassemble a bunch of stuff here. So I want to cut up this sheet. Then I want to cut up this sheet, then this one, then this one. In fact, cut up all you can. I should have done that before. 4 skewers, that's pretty cool. You can make knitting needles out of those. Now then, can we make short rope? Yes, yes we can. We can make them out of long strings as well. Let's go ahead and do that. And then make them, it's a completely separate crafting recipe, unfortunately. 30 rags. How many rags are going to be there? Oh man, it takes a long time to make this short rope out of rags. And I will be honest, there's a little part of me that's a little slightly concerned about making a cargo carrier out of rags. But, well, there we are. Alright, how many have we got on us right now? We've got 6 short ropes and 1 long rope. My lord, this is going to take a long time. We need 4 per. So, it's going to be a little while for Isdar. There we go. So we've got our 2 long ropes. We're half of the way to our first cargo carrier. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I'm going to do the rest of the cutting up curtains and all that off screen, because you've now seen exactly what I'm going to be doing, and I shall bring you back when we have our requisite long ropes. And welcome back. I have managed to make the required number of long ropes. It took quite a lot. I even had to go into this house here in order to scavenge. In fact, I really should turn those 2 as explored. But we have the rope. It has taken me over a day to get it all done because Isdar had to sleep. Now, we need to try and fashion a cargo carrier. We're only going to have 1, but I'll make another one later on as well. So the electric derp will be a little bit asymmetrical for a short time. Cargo. Oh, we need a welder, 100 charges, makeshift welder. Okay, maybe if I stood here, perhaps I could do it. I'm going to have to stand on top of the solar panels to craft cargo. There we go. All right. Now, a heavy frame outfitted with tie downs and attachments, blah, blah, blah. Let's get that made. We'll use scrap metal nearby. There we go. Now we can go into examining the vehicle. We're going to remove this container. Unfortunately, you can't have 2 containers on the same tile. Then we are going to install a cargo space. Here we are. We've got a powered welder, doesn't matter. Let's get that installed. There we are, a huge amount of volume there. Eventually, we will also replace this one. We're not going to replace the middle one. I like the idea of having that one still there. Now, do we have many solar panels? Oh, we've got this there now. Oh, wow, that looks very different, actually. Why I was expecting it not to, I don't know. But we should have some solar panels, I believe. Let's have a look. Vehicle parts, solar cell, solar panels. We've got cut solar panel, scratch solar panel, two solar panels. We've actually got enough solar panels to add quite a few to this. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll have install solar panel. Yeah, I see no reason not to. We'll install solar panels on all of these positions, so a solar panel there as well, and finally a solar panel there. Now, we should, I believe, be able to just repair everything. There we go, want to repair that. Use the welder nearby. The next thing that needs to repair, if you just hit repair R, it'll cycle to the next thing that is required to repair. Repair that, and that's it. Everything on the electric derp is repaired. Fantastic. I feel we can all agree. However, Isdar is really tired. Let's grab some of this meat jerky. We'll gobble this down. It's not exactly going to be the best thing for you. Your health is probably going to suffer a little bit because I don't think meat jerky is particularly good for Isdar. Let's just keep nomming through that. My lord, Isdar. Right. Okay. Let's drop the meat jerky. But let's not leave it on the floor. So we're going to move all of this back along into that tile. Now what I'm thinking is we'll have the trunk be where we store the things that we actually want to use. So we'll have the welding goggles, all that sort of stuff. Screwdrivers, the jack, reinforced fire axe. We've actually got quite a few things. A roll mat, that's pretty cool. Right, we'll get all of those into the electric derp there. And then the cargo container and the trunk on either side, eventually 2 cargo containers, will be for everything else. Now, we're very thirsty. I'm not going to drink out of my canteen, not when I can just drink directly from the gallon jug that we've got here. And then Isdar is going to go and have a bit of a rest. Let's get you slaked. And we'll drop that down. There we go. Then I'm going to go over my plans for the next couple of episodes, because I imagine it's going to take a little while. Let's have Isdar sleep there. Rest easy. Isdar, you've done a lot of work over the last 2 days. You are dog-tired. Now, as I've mentioned, I want to get a refrigerator. I want to generally get Isdar's tools and everything set up correctly around here and have it all be powered. Cough was brewing there. I do apologize about that one. But we'll have everything set up here. I'm going to knock this wall through. I may do more than knock it through. I may try and replace these railings. There have been a couple of suggestions on the forums of how I could get rid of these. So I might look into that and just get these broken down and actually have a wall replacing it, or just doing something else. I'm not entirely certain. But basically, that's all going to be in preparation for extending everything out down here. What I would like to do is have a palisade wall coming out to about here, maybe? Somewhere around there. Give us plenty of room for farms, plenty of room for solar power, and also a little place where we can park the electric derp. So I'll probably have a palisade gate using a pulley and winch, like a rope and pulley system to open it. Then I can reverse the electric derp in and just park it around here, and then I can do work on it and close the gate as well. Now that is going to take an awful lot of work to do, unfortunately. Can I have a look at these? No. Okay, then let's just destroy these shrubs. Can we destroy the shrubs? Oh, we actually managed to forest through the underbrush. Okay, well, I'll probably do all of that off camera as well. But unfortunately, it is going to require a fair chunk of work. Let's see, can I get items? I need a shovel. Reinforced hammer. Do you have a shovel? There we go. We'll grab this. We're going to be doing a lot of this over, well, or rather, I'm going to be doing a lot of this. Just digging pits, because palisades require pits to use. So, dig another pit there. Now that's an actual deep pit now. Pit too dangerous to mess with. This is a shallow pit. That's an actual pit. These are all basically just shallow pits right now. But if we expand these out, and there's a very slight difference in the way it looks. Also the way it doesn't mesh with the other pits. But we're going to expand this out and dig this all the way down around here. That's going to take Isdar probably a few days, or 1 or 2 at the very least. Then, I'm probably going to drive the electric derp over to the nearest forest and have Isdar pretend he's a lumberjack for a day or 2. Gather up all of the wood, and then, finally, we'll be able to start building up the fences. Now, I'm really looking forward to that. Once we've actually got all of that done, I'm going to feel safe knocking through this back wall and actually setting up some sort of vehicle assembly that will account for all of the solar power that we're going to use for example, an electric forge, a refrigerator, a kitchen buddy. Things are looking up for Isdar, but it's going to be a lot of work. Some of it quite grindy, so obviously I'm going to be cutting out that where I can. But we're going to be doing a fair bit on the base for the next couple of episodes at the very least. I hope you're going to be looking forward to that, because if you're not, then you may want to skip the next 2 or 3 episodes. But that is going to be it from me. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.